What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, we got some crazy news for you, man, right now regarding Ben Whittaker. Liam Cameron jumped on the blower to talk sport and leaks the fact that Ben Chalong and Whittaker are fixing to weasel out of the fight. Yeah. Oh, we don't want to do 12 rounds. Listen, it's professional boxing, man. About you don't want to do 12 rounds. How good are you, man? Are you the second coming of Muhammad Ahmad, Prince Nassim Ahmed? Or not? It's all due respect to Liam Cameron. I've got him winning this fight. I think it's going to be close to, I'm not going to lie, we'll tell a lie. The way they're carrying on right now, Whittaker might be finished psychologically. Yeah? If Cameron can get... Listen, two things are true for sure. If Whittaker gets tired, he's finished. He can't fight tired, I can just tell. He ain't got it in him. He can't fight tired. If he gets tired, yeah, and Liam Cameron starts whispering in his ear, he's finished. For sure. Yeah, he's finished. So we got to hope he don't get tired. Hence why this whole situation's come around about the 12 rounds. I don't think he can fight tired. But even so, listen, where are you going to go in boxing? How old is this cat here? Like 20, how old is he? Let's have a look. Ben Whittaker, age 28 years old this year. If you ain't, people, all due respect here, historically, professionals at 28 years old, that's when you're at more or less your peak. Well, you're getting there, right? If you can't do 12 rounds against Liam Cameron at 28, when are you going to do it? What, 35? 33? When you watch that? Especially for a reflexive Twitch fighter like Whittaker. I think Naz retired at 28 or something. These Twitch fighters, they peak. Their best is at the start. You don't get. One thing we know for sure is you don't get more twitchy the later you get into your 30s. This is now. He's going to be pinging now. So if you can't ping your way through a Liam Cameron, what are we doing here? Anyway, let's get to the bars from Doncaster Metherbiev. I don't think it's from Doncaster, but call it Doncaster for argument's sake.
It's going to be a good fight. To be fair, there's a mess about what contracts, what no one's letting me speak about, so I'm going to try on here. We've signed a 12-round fight, and they're trying to push it for a 10-round. They're doing everything they can, and I'm not budging. I'm having a 12-round fight, and this is what I tried to do it on. Gloves are off. They won't let me speak about it, and on Sky Sports, they didn't air my interview. This is the problem we're having, is that I've signed...
That's despicable, by the way. So we know this event, just quickly, we know this event is on Sky Sports. And he's gone to the gloves are off with his bars ready. You know when you sit down, gloves are off is when they sit down face to face. Bear in mind, the fight's in like 2-3 weeks. So they've filmed that, they've been filmed that. So when this back and forth on the phones or the emails, hey, we want to do 10 rounds even though you've signed to do 12. No, we want to do 10, let's do 10. Liam Cameron, knowing that, has gone into Sky, has gone into the gloves are off, sitting there in front of Whittaker and hit him with the bash. Your back end's dropped out again. Because you got your team want, oh yeah, 10 rounds. You see what I mean? Like Javante Davis, oh, degrees, yeah, it's your man. Same equivalent here. It's 12 rounds. Can you fight or not? Seriously, at this point, people, these aren't white collar. These aren't amateurs. If you can't... 10 versus 12 should be 100%. Yeah, banana. Right? It's banana. It's not 10 versus 20 rounds. It's 10 versus 12. And you... This is what you've been doing. If you ain't... Oh, seriously, at 28 years old, and you've been doing this 10, 15 years, if you ain't fit now to do the proper professional distance, when are you going to be fit? Seriously, what's this guy doing? I know what he's doing. He's playing video games, is what he told you. Oh, I don't really like doing this. I like playing video games. Swear down. That's what he said. Oh, I'm in my hotel room playing video games. That's why you ain't got 12 rounds of gas. Because anyone who's serious, they got 12 rounds of gas. Especially at this level. This isn't pound for pound, undisputed level. This is, I think it's fair to say, British champion level. This fight could be for a British championship. I think that's fair to say. Would you say it's more than that? You couldn't possibly. The winner of this can then go on to challenge people like I don't know, a Josh Buatsi, for example. But this is British level. British level. And British level fights, they're fought over 12 rounds too. Oops. Yeah? A British Championship, is it? Maybe I'm wrong actually. I'm trying to think. Let's have a look. Let's check, the last British champion I remember is Wardley. And he fought Fraser Clark. That's what he did. So we'll know what the situation is here. 12 rounder. Fraser Clark fought Fabio Wardley for the British title. It was a 12 rounder. Oops. Yeah? That's what you do for British title level. Now, the British title isn't on the line, but the point remains, this is a British title level fight. And if you might be able to argue, oh, OB, this is high level then. Great. If it's a higher level fight than a British level fight, a British Championship fight, the rounds are still 12. What are we doing here? Yeah? What you want to do? Go in there with some more plumbers and faff around and look real good, beating nobodies up. Come on. Come on now. And the Sky, I don't like the Sky situation. Oh yeah, you can't say that here. You can't roast this guy here. Yeah, if it was me, listen. If it was me, personally. If it was me and I've told my team, oh, we don't want 12 rounds, balls. Oh, y'all, we don't want 12, y'all. If I'm on the phone saying that, I got to take the licks. Because you're the one crying on the phone. And clearly, Whittaker hasn't failed. This isn't just managerial prudence, in my opinion. Ben Shalom hasn't stumbled upon it himself. Yeah, I believe Ben Shalom would have stumbled upon it when he was writing the contract if it was all him. This is Ben Whittaker thinking, oh damn, I'll play it. He's got closer to the fight. The fight's got closer to it. When you're 4 months out, yeah, you don't feel real. And you're just saying, yeah, I'll do 12, I'll do 15 with him right now. You see what I mean? 4 months out, you got all the bravado. 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out, it's like, oh damn. I've been playing video games till 5 in the morning, man. I ain't been doing no work. You start doubting yourself. And to be honest, with or without video games, caning the video games like Dave Allen, with or without that, the closer you get to a fight, that's when you start knowing how you really feel. We can all sit here 4 months out and be super confident and whatever else. Be the second coming. Yeah. This is Ben Whittaker has sat there, done some soul searching as the fight's getting closer and told his man. Because if he didn't, if Ben Whittaker was happy to do 12, yeah, he'd just say, nah, people. You have to believe that Ben Shalom hasn't informed Ben Whittaker. And he's just chose to take it upon himself. Who believes that? Who believes Ben Whittaker and Ben Shalom haven't had a conversation about this? And therefore, if it's fair to assume Ben Shalom and Ben Whittaker have had a conversation about 10 rounds versus 12 rounds, Ben Whittaker at any time could have said, "Man, this is cool. This guy's food. He ain't making it to 12. This could be 50 rounds. He's getting out of there in 4 or 5. Oops. Yeah? Or I'll do what I want with him. I can stop him earlier. I'll take him 12 and go 12 and 0. He weren't giving off them vibes. In fact, he was probably the one, like I said, who brought it to Ben's attention. Oh man, I ain't really feeling to do this one here. Can we drop the rounds? Can we do a 6-rounder? Because I think, listen, over 6 rounds in a rematch, I'd have Ben winning that over 6 rounds. 8 rounds, I'm not so sure, but 6 rounds, I'm not sure the ping. He could get through 6 rounds. 8 or 10, I'm not so sure. 12, that's Liam Cameron's best chance, to be honest. He's seasoned, he's done 12 before, he's not scared of doing 12, he's got the confidence from the first fight. End of the day though, you signed the contract. Anyway, let's get some more bars from Cameron.
12-round contract fight. When I was signing contracts, I thought he couldn't barely get through 5 rounds. This was weird. So like a couple of weeks went by and like they tried to send another contract for a 10-rounder. So that shows me the confidence levels. I'm ready for 15 rounds.
So you want 12 rounds?
See what I mean, people? Yeah? Seasoned professionals at 28 years old who've been to the Olympics and whatever else. If you ain't ready for 15 rounds, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah? This is Ben Whittaker factually saying I'm not ready for a British title shot. By definition, he can't be. And if there was ever a time to be ready for a British title shot, it'd be now. Right? What are you doing? What are you going to be doing? 34, fighting for a British title. Anthony Yard, essentially. What are you going to do here? What are you doing here? It's mad. It's embarrassing. See, I don't expect nothing less from this guy. He been corny. He jumped on the floor, his legs are in the air, didn't hit nothing, he's grabbing his ankle. Pause. Yeah? So we can't expect nothing less from this guy. And I'm not even hating on him. I hope he does. I couldn't care less, but I think I got Cameron winning. But if he was able to do it, I'm happy for him to do that. This corny behaviour though, man, come on, lock in. You're a professional athlete. And if it is your, like I keep saying, man, if it's your day to get punched up, man, at least do it with, what's the word? You know how they talk about, if someone's got a gun to the back of your head, there's no point begging at that point. He's gonna have his way with you. Oh, please, no. Listen, I'm not saying what I would or wouldn't do, but metaphorically speaking, if someone's got a gun to the back of my head, what's the point begging? That's not, who here thinks anyone has been swayed by your pleads and your begging when you got a gun to the back of your head? And that's never happened, man. In the history of guns to the back of the head, no one's thinking, oh yeah, that's a good point, you have got some kids. They knew that already when they popped out on your ass, right? They knew that already, yeah? So there's no point doing it. You're better off just, yeah, going out honourably. That's what Ben Whittaker should be fixing to do. I'm preparing my best. Woo. We do 12 rounds, and if it's my time, just sit there and bow my head when the shotter's behind me with the blicky. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, that'll be my time to travel. How about that one? Just suck it up, man. Shit. Come on. Out here making it all messy with it. Oh, it looks embarrassing. Seriously, I feel bad for the guy.
And Ben Shalom and Whittaker want 10, is that right?
Well, it's signed for 12 rounds. There's been a mistake there where now they've thought they've sent me a 10-round contract on my knowing, and really it's a 12-rounder. Because when they were signing it, I thought 12 round, that suits us. That they must be mad. So we've signed it, sent it back, and they're like, "Oh, can we do a 10-rounder now?"
Have they signed it? Liam?
Yeah.
Look at this here. Look. Simon Jordan, he's sick right now. So I need to show you his face. Simon's sick. Seriously. Simon's sick, man. Simon's got whatever Simon touches, yeah, it turns to shit for sure. Yeah, he touched that Moody Football Club, it went under. Now he put a bunch of investment into boxing and it's going under, man. Look at this guy. You can see his face. He's like, oh. I can't play the video, but this focus, I'll make it even bigger actually. Pause. I'll make it even bigger for you, man. But let's look at Simon's face as I scroll through this section. He's sitting there, seething like, Ben Shalom, man. Look at him, he's like, come on, Ben. I thought contracts is what you man do. Come on. He's sitting there just pissed, man. Oh, he got bumped, man. He lost all them coins. All them coins he put into Boxer. He got coins in Boxer. He say he don't, but he had coins in Boxer. The way he be shilling for Shalom, he got coins in Boxer. And that's about to go under bigly when they lose that Sky deal. You best believe it. Anyway, let's carry on. Oh, is it? Yeah, but Liam, was it somebody of a side? The fight was confirmed. Yeah? You don't confirm a fight date and it's like 3 weeks before and you haven't got a signed contract. So of course it was signed by the other side. But obviously Simon Jordan is thinking about the coins he's got invested in Boxer and hoping that, oh yeah, but maybe, in his mind he's thinking, yeah, but maybe Ben Schlong didn't sign it back. Oops, he signed it back. Yeah, you thinking to get bumped again. Like the Moody Football Club.
Well, that suits us, that. They must be mad. So we've signed it, sent it back, and they're like, oh, can we do a 10-rounder now?
Have they signed it, Liam?
Yeah. I tried speaking about it, and it's like, it's mad boxing. They only put out what they want you.
Who's representing you? Is it Queensbury, Liam?
Queensbury.
All right, so what's Frank saying about it then?
He's just saying that we're not budging, no matter what.
Well, if they've signed a contract and you signed a contract, you don't have to budge, do you? It's a 12-round fight. He's a Sky fighter. You want to be on Sky as well because it suits you as well. I wanted to ask you.
Okay, there's the quotes from Liam Cameron. Now, there is an interesting bit from Frank Warren, who's come on a few hours later kind of thing on to Talk Sport. And I'm going to say this now. If it turns out, I don't think it's likely, but there's a percentage chance. There's a percentage chance, like we've just seen, potentially, What do we know? What's the okie doke, folks? They might hit us with. Oh, he's injured. Yeah. Oh, he injured. Invalidates the whole contract. Yeah. That's what I'm fixing to happen. So Cameron's team, unfortunately, have to be a little bit careful here. What have you really got? Yeah. Is it better to get in there and give him 10 rounds and concede? Because this guy's corny. He'll have no... You saw what the guy doing. Jumping out the ring. And if Whittaker pulls out of a fake moody injury, you have the public sentiment. That's not going to pay your bills. You want to get that guy in the ring. If he needs to do 10 rounds, let him do... I'm not saying I think he should do 12, full stop. But that's not the political environment we live in. We don't live in a situation where a signed contract means anything. Joe Parker had a signed contract. Oops. What's the difference? What's stopping Ben Whittaker doing a Dubois? Oh, I'm sick. Oops, I'm out. I'm moving on. You see that one there? Anyway, here's the bars from Frank Warren.
Liam Cameron's promoter, Frank Warren. 12 rounds or 10 rounds, Frank? Where are we with it?
Well, he's got a contract for a 12-round fight. I mean, he didn't draft the contract. It was drafted by Boxer, sent to him, signed by them, and signed by Liam and his manager. It's a 12-round fight.
So are Boxer now trying to make it a 10-round fight?
Well, they are. They've been trying to do that for quite a while now. And Liam's not budging, but there's some chats going on. Maybe there's a way forward that there's a financial solution for it. And, and Liam's been asked to basically take away an advantage, from my opinion, in fighting over 12 rounds, bring it down to 10. Then they're going to have to sort him out financially.
Have you heard much like this in the past,
No,
Carl?
never heard. I've no idea who has given that contract over to Cameron's team to sign, and obviously Ben Whittaker signed it as well without reading it. I understand that because as a boxer, a lot of times you're handed these contracts by people who you trust, and they're supposed to do it for you. And just say, put a signature on that or whatever. But there's been a royal mix up here. Yeah.
So Carl Frampton's a bit... I get it. This is the problem when you're a company man. You're on TalkSport, you're retired, you're getting some TalkSport coins. It's like, oh, well, they've made Ben Whittaker just signed it. He didn't know what he was signing. Who gives a fuck? Seriously, man. This ain't Tiddlywinks. This ain't sports day at school. Yeah? You're a professional athlete. You should be ready to go 12 rounds on any given full camp. And to be fair, on any given day, to be honest, man. That's how I feel. You should be ready. I can do 12 right now. Yeah? Because if you can't, what are you doing? What are you doing? Against Liam Cameron, who's a solid British level, I'd say he's British champion level-ish. He fought Lyndon Arthur though and lost. It was close. Some people say he won, but that's the point. Lyndon Arthur, I think, is there or there, but he's been British champion before. That's the level you're dealing with here. British champion level. And you're supposed to be red, super duper, just hardest, quickest, fastest, slippiest thing since sliced bread. That's, as a fighter, Carl Frampton, you'd expect that's how he'd come at it, man. All this corny shit. Yeah? You doing 12. Get your little light-skinned looking ass in there, man, fight. Yeah, he didn't snow. It's the manager's fault. It's the manager's fault he can't do 12 with Liam Cameron. Make that make sense. I don't care what he signed in that contract. Yeah? I don't care what he signed in that contract, man. Do what you... 100%. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be ready to do 12. Is how I feel at this level. You're not brand new to the game. You there now. You damn sure should be at 28 years old. When else are you going to be there? You should be storming through these kind of events. Getting the 12 rounders at this level under your belt if you're going somewhere serious.
Go on, Frank.
But hang on, the people he trusts signed for a 12-round fight. And that's what, as you heard him say in the interview, that was great for him. So his manager, Lee Eaton and Queensbury, have done a great job for him.
What do you think the likely remedy is, Frank?
Well, if he wants to give way on it, they're going to have to pay him. That's if he wants to do it. He may not want to do it.
What would you advise him to do?
Me, I would tell him to sit tight.
It's only in boxing, Carl, isn't it?
Well, I can't hear what Frank's saying, but I imagine he's saying it's 12 rounds, a contract signed. If I'm Frank and if I'm Liam Cameron, I'm saying it's a 12-round fight. What's it going to look like if you're Ben Whittaker and you're... What are you going to do? Not fight now because it's a 12-round fight? He has to fight, or he's going to be a laughingstock?
He's already a laughingstock, though. So again, Frampton brings up a good point. What's he going to do? Not fight now? That's exactly what. No, after seeing what I've seen, he ain't got no shame like that. He just haven't. He ain't got no shame. Most men, never mind boxers, don't want to go out. Oh, my ankle hurts. It didn't even hurt. There's nothing wrong with his ankle at all. Is the truth. It's not like his ankle's actually hanging off by a thread. Yeah, it was not. So he ain't got no shame like that. And the fact we're even having this debate about 10 or 12 rounds, it shows what's going on in here. Seriously, it shouldn't matter. That's what you're paid to do. Yeah. And if you're having doubts about 2 moody rounds, how prepared has Andy Lee really got you? He should have you, like Cameron said. I think it's fair to say, of pure talent, Whittaker's levels above. On pure natural gifts, his levels above. And yet, Cameron, who was in the back house of nowhere, a few years ago, £300, hanging out with Billy Joe Saunders and Prince Nassim Hamed, bulking. If you heard the bars from him, I'll do 15 with him right now. We can go right now. Yeah, I'll do 15 with him right now. How can Cameron have that mentality, and Ben, oh, I bet Andy Lee's like, Ben, it's time to go to bed. Come on, Ben, we got to prepare to do 12 rounds. Yeah, get to bed. It's 1 a.m. in the morning. You should have been asleep. Joe Parker, he been asleep from 9:30, man. Getting that deep REM, the proper sleep, not the moody early hours of the morning sleep. That's the moody sleep. No good. Whittaker's like, oh, Andy, I'm finishing my game. That's what he's like for sure. And now he's not ready. Because it don't make no sense no other way. Been caning video games too much. Serious.
It's a bit of a mess, isn't it, Frank?
Well, it's not a mess from our side. We signed a contract that was negotiated and presented.
Yeah.
If somebody look, the promoter has sent a contract for 10 rounds to Whittaker, to Ben, and he signed for a 10 round, and they've sent a 12 round to us. So that's not down to us. That's down to them.
I mean, Frank's absolutely right. I mean, the fact of the matter is, Whittaker, Ben's been built up into being a star. There's a lot of questions about the first fight in terms of did he swallow it or not, and people have got different views, right? They've had to force him into this fight. Whittaker's not filled the vacuum with any conversation. And now you've got this added insult to injury, which is people are now beginning to really question Whittaker's credentials. Now people are going to say, oh, why don't you want a 12-round fight?
Yeah.
And Liam Cameron has the potential here, and I'm sure Frank agrees with this, if he beats Whittaker, he finishes Whittaker's career in terms of lots of ways, because the Whittaker balloon has been built up in such a way that there's going to be no air left in it. If Cameron finishes him and beats him in this fight, a lot of people think he was beating him in the first fight, I don't know where Ben Whittaker's going to go. And with a 10-round fight and a 12-round fight, I think Ben and his team, with due respect to Boxer, have made him look like a bit of a tit.
Yeah. Right. Frank, moving on, your man...
And this is what I was saying. Once it's all signed, yeah, you have to psychologically... I mean, it shouldn't even come into your head. It shouldn't even come into your head, seriously. I don't... hearing this, yeah, if the fight happens, which honestly, at this point, I think there's a high percentage chance. I'd say I'm 50-50 it's going to happen. I'm probably even leaning more towards a pull-out. Tell the truth here. This is not good. I'm trying to think now. I haven't done boxing for long, but I want to do more rounds. Maybe it's because I like the cardio and whatnot, but still... These men have been doing it 15 years, man. When I was swimming, it's like, oh, YB, you're doing a 400 metres. Oh, can I do 350? You just don't, everyone's ready. You're ready to, that's what you're there to do. Do you know what I mean? You're there to do that, man. Boxing's a bit different because you do have, well, that's not necessarily true. You have variable distances in swimming. 100 metres, 200 metres. You prepare for what you're supposed to do. The argument is, well, he's preparing for 10. What's that preparing you for, though? That's not the real game. After you've got a taste of the game, how many fights has he had? It don't even matter how many fights he's had, man. You're 28. Your cardio should be there. That's what I believe. Your cardio should be there. Look at Loma. Loma spent a long time in the amateurs. World champion in 12 fights. Yeah? World champion in 12 fights. Or whatever it was. 10, 12, 9. How many fights it was. World champion. So it's about conditioning and how you're training. It's nothing really to do with, oh, I need more experience. I don't believe. Because how many more plumbers we need to see Ben Whittaker in there faffing around? Really? How many, what's that? What had he learned? This was his first learning fight and he failed it miserably. But it was his first learning fight. These are where you find out. Look at Dave Allen and Johnny Fisher. Johnny Fisher, bash! Alan the Cabbage, Babbage, bash! Didn't learn nothing from none of them. Not one fight did he learn anything from. It doesn't mean you have to lose fights, but you need relatively equally matched fights to improve. Going in there knocking bums out. Look at Tank. He's gone backwards, man. Seriously. They say, what's that term? Steel, iron sharpens iron or whatever? Getting in there with Stiflers. You're not coming in red hot. You think, oh, this is easy work. Ah, I can play video games all night. Ah, I can chill with the bad bees. Ah, I'll have 2-2 liquor on the weekend. Ah. Yeah? You see that one there? That's what you do. So now you've been locked in. The fight was in October, man. You had 6 months. You've had 6 months to prepare. You should be ready for 15, like Liam Cameron told you. I'll do 15 with him. How do we have this divergence of mentalities? This is not looking good for Ben Whittaker if he gets in there. And from that, I'm telling you now, my base case is he's pulling out. Unless, I can't imagine, is Ben Shalom going to pay Liam Cameron money to do less rounds? I doubt that I really doubt that. I think Ben Shalom is cunning. And on that basis, he'll say, especially with such a recent precedent of Dubois, I think they'll say, yeah, you know what? Because Ben will, the Whittaker versus Cameron show, that's worth less than Whittaker's career, obviously. That career could be, well, I don't know. He's not going to get very far, in my opinion. You put him in there with a Benavidez, or a Bivol, or a Beterbiev, even a Callum Smith, or a Boazzi. I'm just not seeing it myself. Sorry. Put him in there with Dan Aziz, I'm just not sure. Right? But from Ben's perspective, he's going to be hoping on the never his career's going somewhere. So Ben will spite this April show in the to sustain what he believes Whittaker's career may hold. And hence, they'll plot like the Moody Eggs. Ben Shalom probably knew about the Moody Egg. Oh, I didn't know. He knew. So these guys, they know what they're doing. Oh, you're sick. Oh, he's sick. Sorry, guys. A week before or a few days. Oh, he's sick. And they'll bring in they might even bring in a replacement for Cameron. But Cameron might get cucked here. So it's I'm not sure what the best thing to do is. Give him what he wants just to get him in the ring. Or gamble. You'd like to think, like Frampton says, he'll look proper funny if he pulls out. But then again, he looked proper funny pulling Cameron over the ropes and saying his ankle was twisted. So the takeaway from this is, like I've been saying recently since Dubois versus Parker, there should be something in contracts, seriously. There should be something in contracts that stipulates, it's like 2 lines. All you got to do is put 2 lines in. If for any reason you fail to show up, the fight will be rescheduled. That's what needs to happen now. Because I don't think this fight's happening. Unfortunately. Hope I'm wrong though, seriously. I hope I'm wrong and I hope it all gets resolved. And it should be 12 rounds regardless, to be honest. Let's see who can fight for a British championship, essentially. And who's the best man over 12. Come on. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like for the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one, people. Stop it.